When we think Duxbury, we think oysters. That must have been the reasoning behind the Duxbury Art Complex's most recent installment, Oyster Farm Photographs, currently running till November 4th. The Oyster Farm Photography exhibit features two distinct photographers with different creative perspectives. We stopped by the show to learn more about these captivating photographs and the artists behind the cameras.
Today is the artist reception of an oyster farmer portrait project, and I'm one of the photographers whose work is being featured. I've always sought in my work, I've sought to make what I call the authentic portrait, and that is someone who is not, kind of doing the high school portrait pose, the posing book manual. I just want someone to be natural, who they really are, and people, tend to freeze up in front of the camera, so it's very gratifying when you can find someone who's sort of acting very naturally and how others who know them well probably see them. The communities that I photograph tend to be people who don't really think of themselves as being in that community. For example, this project, the Oyster Farmer Project, these are really hardworking men and women who are working on their own farms, and they don't think of themselves as being on this greater team per se, but they are. They're all working towards sort of a greater goal, and they're part, in my opinion, of being something really important and sustainable, working on a sustainable waterfront.
I didn't do this as a project just for myself or the people at the Oyster Farm. I really wanted our community and as wide an audience as possible to see these photographs. Obviously, I like black and white photography. I like film-based photography, and I like a lot of the historical photographs we're taken in this country. Dorothea Lange is a favorite photographer of mine. And there's a valley in California that was going to be flooded. The town was going to disappear. So unlike the Drake's Bay oyster, the outcome was given. And she decided with Perkle Jones to go and document the people and the life of the town that was going to be flooded and destroyed. They knew there was no hope that could change. When I started this project, I thought there was hope that maybe a dialogue would open up and the eventual decision would be influenced by the photographs that I took. Well, I do think it's really important that people realize that decisions made by the government really do impact directly and immediately the lives of real people. And this is one group for whom, that was really evident, and something to think about for other groups of individuals. It was a huge effect on our community, on the oyster company, and on all of the people I photographed.